like the video, push the like button.
Like
it's
that
right
video.
There. Push the like button. Just do it. It's right there. It's right there. Just push it. It's somewhere. Greetings, everyone. This is Morning Eggnog. My name is James. With me, as always, Caleb.
Good morning, everybody.
So, Caleb, my segue wasn't going to work. I was going to be like, so Caleb, did you go to a lot of slumber parties? And that's not how that works.
No,
but did you ever?
Men don't go to slumber parties. They sleep over with their friends.
Exactly. They have hangouts or sleepovers.
Game nights.
That's still game nights. Game nights. Boys nights. Nights.
Exactly.
It's never a slumber party.
Never. Never.
You don't braid each other's hair.
We really need to do that now. We need to set up a slumber party for men.
Slumber party for men. Definitely not anything weird happening.
And then we read this.
That was the point of the thing.
That was a pretty good segue.
I thought it was a pretty good segue.
Yeah, pretty
good. Did you? we have the slap happies now. Did you ever? I don't think I ever. This sounds way worse coming out of my mouth. I never was in a pillow fight. We never did pillow fights.
That's because men don't do pillow fights.
Again, they hang out and play video games. We don't have sexy pillow fights in our underwear.
We shoot each other with paintballs. That was our.
Hey,
I was gonna say sexy time, but that just sounds weird.
And then we shoot each other with balls, and then we pull up our shirts to see the welts.
Oh yes.
Oh,
good.
I still will never. One of my core memories is at the woods, and Don wanted to get shot to see how it was, how it felt, and 3 people shot him instead of just one, and he was like, ah.
Because it does not feel good.
I haven't played paintball. The last time I played paintball was, I think, 10 years ago or something. I was like 15 or 16, and Jonathan invited me down. There's an indoor paintball place in Lima.
Really?
And for like, I think like $50, you get a gun. You can rent a gun, armor, and like 100 paintballs, or like 200 paintballs, or something like that. It was a pretty decent deal. And we were all wearing armor, like long sleeve shirts and hoodies, and we had our masks on, and I had a hood up because I didn't want to get shot. I actually got shot in the top of the head, but it didn't hurt because I was wearing a hoodie and a hat, long pants, boots. Yeah. I was like, I'm not going to go there. And then the college students showed up with just face masks and t-shirts.
Oh, yes.
And pants. They had pants on. But but then they just would go up and go blam, 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 blam. And you're just like, what is happening?
Yeah,
you guys not feel pain? And now I understand what they're doing. I do it.
What?
In a t-shirt.
No, it's
I'm not 15 anymore, so I'm not like scared of getting hurt as much.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is I would still wear long sleeves. Maybe not necessarily a cup because I never. Not that it really matters, but a lot of times I walk more sideways to present less of a target. But that doesn't work for me anymore because now I'm about as wide sideways as I am forwards to back. So welcome to adulthood.
Blame HVAC. Just blame HVAC.
HVAC?
Just blame the trades. It makes you fat.
I have grown this way so I don't have to fit into small holes.
All right, jerkface. The rest of us hate you.
Yeah. I've done, like, I've gotten to situations where, like, some skinny dude's like, hey, can you come get me? I'm like, oh, yeah, need something? Yeah, okay, boom. Nope, I can't get past my chest. Sorry, dude.
Anyway, so this was a big, long way of somehow segueing to...
We totally lost the good segue.
I know, it was good. Well, we talked about pillow fights and then paintball. Anywho, Pillow Fight Championship, South Florida's, of course, new combat sport for slumber party pros. And then it's in the... This is February 2nd, 2022. So 2 because it was Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday.
In the inaugural Pillow Fight Championship.
2-minute listen.
Exactly. in the inaugural,
it's the weird thing. It's all 2s this year.
Oh my gosh!
Everything instead of 3s, everything comes in 2s.
Weird. Anyways, in the inaugural Pillow Fight Championship, grown adults enter what looks like a giant boxing ring and bludgeon one another with specialized pillows. 2 athletes emerge with $5,000 and a championship belt.
So they're a special pillow.
They're specific. You can't just bring your own pillow in here. You'll get.
You can't bring your my pillow in here.
Oh, good Lord! You kill somebody with that thing.
The my pillow? They're not that hard.
If you freeze it.
Oh.
Have you ever had a cold like memory foam pillow?
No.
Before we had insulation on our walls, our bedroom would get really cold.
Oh.
It's like laying your head down on a brick.
Until it warms up and then your head sinks in and
you're like, yes. But then the rest of this article is just a transcript of everything. But 16
men and 8 women
qualified They were qualifiers? I want to know more about this. I want to know how they find this. Anyway, 16 men and 8 women qualified for the inaugural pillow fight championship. When the dust and synthetic stuffing settled, 2 athletes emerged with $5,000 and championship belts. This is when you know our country is going to implode here soon, when we get to this level of just stupid stuff.
Yeah,
because we've gone away from gladiators and like killing people, so like we've become literally pillow soft.
No, that's not necessarily true because we have MMA.
True, MMA is brutal to watch.
They're like
Keith, he recognizes that pillow fighting may not sound like a serious sport, but he says it has all the strategy and intensity of boxing and MMA and more satisfying impacts and less gruesome injuries. And his athletes, many of whom are professional former fighters, would agree. Could you imagine getting hit in the face with a specialized pillow from an ex-MMA fighter? Holy crap, he'd kill you. He'd lay you out.
I want to see somebody knocked out by a pillow.
There are guys who could do it.
I have no doubt about that. It kind of makes me think of like it's kind of like the same thing of like the slapping competitions in Russia.
Dude, the slapping competitions are absurd.
Yeah.
I've seen there's a guy who covers them. He does a lot of stuff on YouTube, but he covers the slapping fights a lot.
Yeah.
Moist Critical. And he showed pictures of like they posted on their Instagram of after the fights and their face like balloons.
Oh gosh.
I'm like, oh my goodness. I don't like pain.
Yeah. I mean, you know how much money you would have to make to go make yourself go through that stuff. Even like MMA, you've seen like the after results of like the people when they're done.
Well, I've had injuries.
Yes.
And the next day is not fun.
Could you imagine going through the
breaking
grinding?
Your jaw, snapping your nose like once a night?
Yeah. Getting punched so hard you get knocked out, which is technically a concussion. And
the second thing is, I don't know anything about MMA, obviously. But how far is it between fights? Is it a long time?
Yeah.
Like months of recovery?
It's like it can be anywhere from like 3 months to a year.
Okay, I don't think I knew that.
Depending on like how low of a ranking and how much brutality you've gotten. Like the big fights, usually belt winners are anywhere from 6 months to a year between bouts.
Okay.
So they have a really long time to recover.
But could you imagine re-breaking your nose every 6 months to a year?
Yeah, and then there's guys that they always get cut above their eyebrows, and they're just bleeders. So they like as soon as they get cut, they just like pour blood. So not only are you like have to fix your broken bones, but you're also having to replenish all the blood that you lost out on the mat.
Right. Gross.
Yes. And yet it's amazing to watch. I don't know why we enjoy
because our savage flesh loves seeing other people beat the tar out of other people.
Yeah, I think there's something about watching somebody win.
Yeah, it's something like that. And that's like the lowest form of winning. The
lowest form?
Explain.
Explain.
It's been the sense of winning for millennia.
Is a one-on-one competition.
One-on-one beating the crap out of each other.
It's true.
And we stopped it at killing each other because of the gladiators and stuff. They killed people.
Yes.
But that's always been something we've been fascinated is who's better. These people are at the top of their game, training. And it doesn't happen all the... Oh, dude, I watched a Mike Tyson clip That man was absurd.
He was absurd. He was crazy.
This guy just kept throwing and throwing and throwing punches and throwing punches, and he was dodging every single one of them. They just clocked him in the jaw, and the guy was down, and that was it. That was done.
Yeah.
And that guy probably trained as much, if not more, than Tyson.
Exactly. That's the crazy part, is how much training went into those.
Yeah.
It's usually like 5 or 9 minute rounds. They're not that long. 5-minute rounds, like 15 like 15 of them.
Yeah.
And
well, the thing is, a good fight lasts a second.
No.
Okay, let me phrase that. Most real life fights last about 5 seconds. Like if you're in a fight for your life, but 5 seconds is a long time.
I don't know about that.
I think so.
It depends on what you're fighting with too.
Yeah, true.
And who you're fighting with.
Because that was something I heard, is it's actually harder to not kill someone.
I would believe
because you can end a fight pretty quick by punching someone in the jugular. So
yeah,
or slicing them.
That's another thing about MMA that's so impressive, is these guys, they could
easily kill each other and kill other people, but it's their strength that's crazy. This is such a, what in the world are we talking about?
We were talking about
pillow fight
fights.
championship.
Yeah,
championship.
Yes, we were.
So
that's what we were talking about, but I think our discussion was much more interesting.
It was very interesting.
Of course I do, because it was ours.
Exactly. It was ours and everything.
Anyways, we ready to go on to the next one?
Anyways. Do you want to control it?
Yeah, I can try.
You can just go up and
down. The Portland Pickles need your help to find their stolen mascot, Dylan T. Pickle.
And then a cute picture of Dylan.
Oh, look at Dylan. He's so happy on that bicycle.
He's a little happy.
I don't know.
Have you ever been a mascot, Caleb?
To me,
weren't you a cougar mascot?
No, I was never a cougar mascot.
The only
thing I ever dressed up as was Kevin the penguin from 3-2-1 Penguins.
That's not the only thing you dressed up as.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
You want to see what
that wasn't a mascot.
You're not wrong. You're not
for
wrong.
Halloween.
So I had 3 numbers for Caleb one time, and that's what it was.
Yeah. Oh, I thought that said woke.
No, it says work.
Okay.
Because you had 3 numbers for some reason, and so it was fake. Because I wrote on all of it. It was work number, fake, real.
Because I switched numbers.
Yeah, something was weird.
Yeah, because I left Kansas, and I switched numbers when I came up to Ohio. I switched numbers.
Anywho.
All right. We don't relish telling you this, but it's kind of a big deal. James is gone. He's like, nope. The Portland Pickles baseball team says their beloved mascot, Dylan T. Pickle, has been stolen.
Wait a minute. What does T stand for? Did they say?
No.
Dang it. Anyways, continue.
I don't know. Dylan T. Pickle.
Dylan T. Pickle. Continue.
Are seeking the public's help to bring him home safely. It's all started when in the Dominican Republic, doesn't it always know? Where Dylan was making an appearance at the Caribbean Baseball Series. He was due to return to Oregon via New York City on January 31st.
Uh-oh.
What?
So I saw an article, is Portland Pickles' missing mascot, Dylan T. Pickle, is back. And I tapped on it, and it says 404 page not found.
Oh.
Anyways.
From a week later, the team tweeted out some jarring news. An alert message from Delta showing that the bag was that he was traveling in.
When you're treating something as a person, that's hilarious.
I know.
The bag he was traveling in. Oh, no.
Been lost somewhere in John F. Kennedy International Airport. You win one championship this century and think you're too good for storage on an airplane.
You win one championship.
Anyways, the summer team tweeted to its 29,000 followers.
An update.
As the days passed, the team put out multiple APB, which we assume stands for All Pickle Bulletin. I know, this is
the best dad joke city.
Oh,
Good
it's
Lord.
so full. Sharing missing posters and calls for help across social media, for example. This thing.
It was a video, but yeah.
The team stressed multiple times that the whole thing wasn't just a prank gone sour.
my
Because
gosh.
members stationed OPB reports Dylan the Pickle has a reputation for hijinks.
So, do you know what T stands for?
No.
Dylan the Pickle.
Some people call me the Space Cowboy. Still, team officials assured the public that they are not gurking anyone's chain.
I love puns. They're so stupid. They make me angry, but I love them.
We're definitely known for being funny and joking around a lot on social media, so we understand the kind of boy who cried wolf scenario. I'm trying to find it because it gets...
Oh, no.
Dylan's story turned on Thursday when the team shared that the Delta had found the mascot and delivered him to their office, but after hours without any notification. Instead of being welcomed back with open arms, Dylan was snatched from the front porch around 5 a.m. local time.
Oh my gosh.
And carried away into the unknown.
Oh my gosh. Ring doorbell footage. Oh my gosh.
Showed a man wearing a jacket, a hat, over-ear headphones, and a backpack, grabbing the canvas bag and walked down
building steps. Oh my gosh.
The team also shared a map of the scene in response to skeptics questioning about why the office building would have a porch and a front fence.
Oh my gosh.
This turned from a mistake by Delta into a crime, the Pickles tweeted. They are calling on the people of Portland to aid them in Dylan's safe return, offering reward and information and no questions asked.
Oh
no.
gosh.
He's gone to join the pirates.
Pirate Pickle. Dylan the
Captain DT Pickle.
It's perfect.
Oh, he shows up at a Pirates game.
Oh my gosh, that'd be so good.
Yeah, dressed as a pirate pickle.
Oh my god.
So he has a patched eye and
here's the ring doorbell footage. Oh, I forgot to tell you.
There goes Dylan.
Bye, Dylan.
Bye, Dylan.
Bye,
Hope you
Dylan.
find your dad.
That's hilarious. So we post missing pickle. Oh my gosh, that is great.
So we used to work. Never mind. I don't know if I want to tell that story.
Okay, never mind then.
I kind of want to, but I'm not going to.
Oh gosh. So no, that is. Hey, school rivalry is always funny.
School rivalries are hilarious.
Not always funny, but they can be hilarious.
If the kids are smart, they can do some really funny pranks.
Smart.
And not just dumb pranks.
Yeah, not just
actually
dumb pranks.
Well thought out. It's amazing how smart high school kids can be.
High school, or the thing is, college kids are even smarter and scarier because, especially I was gonna say MIT, but does MIT have a football team?
I don't. They are
exactly.
The worst. I think they, yeah.
Actually, Harvard has a football team.
Mm-hmm.
That's
They're
scary.
Not any good.
Well, no, because it's a bunch of smart people.
Yes.
They're not jocks. They don't get. I saw a quote. Someone was like, "Why does someone get paid? Why does someone get a free ride to college just because they're good at throwing and kicking a ball?" Well, people who can actually cure cancer have to pay
because it makes the
college a lot of money. And they finally passed a law that college students can make money now.
Which I honestly think that's probably not a bad idea.
No, it's not a bad idea. They make the college so much stinking money.
Yeah, and the main reason for that is, it pretty much consumes their life. It's basically...
And they get the college scholarship and then they break a knee.
Yeah.
Or they get a concussion and then they can't play anymore. And
I think they still get the scholarship though.
Probably still get the scholarship, but I'm saying it's still it's a risk from the college, obviously, yeah. But at the same point, it's
as long as they don't go overboard with the amount of money that they pay. I feel like they should set a limit on how much each school can pay. They all have to be. They cannot pay any more than this amount.
Yeah,
everybody. like if you don't do that, then it becomes basically the NFL where you can pay them whatever they want and you start getting all the good players.
Yep.
That's my only concern.
I don't know how it's gonna work. Anyways, I care about sports ball.
Sports ball.
Someone brought this up. I don't know why I was talking about it. I've never been to a Michelin star restaurant.
I haven't either. I started trying to find one around here. They're not very many in this area.
No. So Michelin star restaurants. Is there 3 Michelin stars? I don't know anything about either of these things.
There's 3 stars. There's a 1-star, 2-star, and a 3-star Michelin.
And a 1-star Michelin is better than any McDonald's you've ever been to, supposedly.
Yep.
So I'd heard Michelin star. There's a whole movie about a restaurant getting a Michelin star, and how this Indian cook came in and made it a 3-star Michelin or 3 Michelin star restaurant, and it was only a 1 or a 2 or something.
Okay.
And he made it that 3rd Michelin star. And so I knew of the Michelin star. And then, like, Michelin tire, the big giant donut man.
Yeah.
It's whatever. Except I prefer it. Nope. I was gonna say another tire. Goodyear. So Goodyear's better.
I don't know. I buy the cheapest tire I can get.
Yeah, me too. It was $90 to put a tire on my car.
I know, right? It's like, dang.
It's expensive.
Yeah, now it's almost as expensive to just put gas in your car.
Greg said, yeah, so we're probably going to move on to another place. He just moved down to Texas, obviously.
Yeah.
I was like, why are you going to move? He's like, well, James, have you ever had to change a tire because of a pothole? I was like, no. He's like, I've had to change 3 because the potholes in my area.
Wow.
And so I was like, he said, I've never had to do that ever, anywhere I've ever lived. So he's like, we want to move.
The only place I had to change tires a lot was Kansas, and that was because there was a lot of dirt roads and farmers going down dirt roads with nails in the back of their truck going boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. And then Greg was telling me he got a really good deal on tires. It was only $200 a piece.
What kind of tires is he buying?
He has the low profile ones.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's going all ghetto.
I guess. Anyways, so I didn't know anything about the Michelin tires and Michelin stars, but are Michelin stars and tires related? Yes, Michelin stars and Michelin tires are related.
That's crazy.
It is indeed the Michelin Tire Company who award Michelin stars. It's like Guinness. The Guinness World Book of Records and the Guinness drink. I don't know why I said drink. Guinness beer. That's the same company.
I thought they weren't related.
Well, now we got to look that up later.
I'm pretty sure they're not related because I feel like we actually have had this conversation before.
Probably, but now we're looking it up right now.
You keep reading. I'll let you look it up.
Anyways, yes, indeed, the Michelin Tire Company who awards Michelin stars. In their annual Michelin Guide, the guide has been around for over a century, and the link between the dining and tires is actually incredibly simple. Helmed by brothers, I'm not going to read either of these names, but 2 brothers named with their last name Michelin, the French tire company was actually rather niche in 1900, where there weren't very many cars. There were about 3,000 cars on the road in France, and those who did have a cars tended to use them sparingly.
Yeah.
So it's crazy to think, like, when this house was being built that we're currently in, there were not that many cars. And now everybody, if you don't have 2 cars and you're in, what's up? Did you find it? It's just crazy to me in the last just 122 years. Rather than try and sell tires to people who didn't need them, Michelin effectively decided to market the concept of travel itself. They created the Motorist's Guide to France, and it included maps and listings of petrol stations, hotels, mechanics, and instructions on how to change a tire. In 1926 edition of the first to include stars awarded to high-end restaurants, and initially only 1 star was given.
That's crazy.
It was originally, but the late 1920s guide, that doesn't make any sense, started to cost a few francs. Yeah, francs, when it started gaining momentum. They started expanding into different countries and focusing more on food and other amenities. Soon it became the go-to traveling guide to Europe.
So Michelin is actually a French tire company.
Correct.
Did not know that. For some reason, I thought it was American.
Nope.
So that's.
We also learned something else. What?
I was going to say that's why the Michelin Man's fat
And white.
and white.
He gives up. Anyways, the guide now also operates in North America, South America, Asia. Talented chefs may work for decades in order to get the awarded star. However, it is the only restaurant ever to hold. Wait. It is only ever the restaurant which holds it and not the individual. Okay, so the restaurant holds the star, not the chef. That's a high standard.
That's kind of interesting. I feel like the chef would be more of the.
You would think he has a Michelin star, but it's not. I am not going to read all this, but this is on twisted.com, which sounds real weird. But natural, it's how are Michelin stars awarded? Michelin stars explained. What is the name of the Michelin Man? Bib stands for Bidemburium, which is the actual name of a famously jolly Michelin Man mascot. Bib, whatever. We're not doing that. Michelin controversy. Ooh, there's controversy. There's the giant Michelin Man. Why did Gordon Ramsay lose his Michelin stars? Oh, dude, this is a good article, but I'm not reading it. Why did Mascot Perry White hand black his Michelin stars? Oh, that's a whole name. He handed back his Michelin stars. That's crazy. So now you know that Michelin stars were awarded by a tire company. So those guys know the best tires and the best.
Yeah, and it looks like Guinness Beer started Guinness World Records.
Yeah, I knew I was right.
Which is surprising because
Get wrecked.
Because it's Australian. The Guinness Book of World Records. I'm pretty sure
But it's world record, so it can be any country.
That's true. Very true.
Just America has a bunch of tryhards, so there's a lot. Well, actually, no. There's way more other people.
Did you see the guy juggling 3 Rubik's Cube and solve them while juggling them?
Nope.
Solved it in like 5 minutes. It was so cool. And I'm pretty sure, well, I'm not sure which country he's from, but he was Asian. Yeah. Those people are dedicated.
That was a good save kill.
What?
Because we're so dumb and American. We're like, he's Chinese. There are so many Asian countries.
The problem with Americans is I feel like we try to do too many things and try to be good at them that we're not good at anything.
That's where we try to be jack of all trades. Like if you don't wake up every morning and drink black coffee, and well, at least in the trades, also you can do wiring and fix up your house and also build a house too.
Yeah.
And fix a furnace and do your own taxes because you should be able to do your own taxes because you're not going to pay somebody to, and then work on your car. You got to be able to work on your car.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you got to. I quit working on my car.
That is one thing I have.
I'm to the point where I'm making just enough money where I'm like, Nick can work on it.
I have always been to that point where even when I didn't have as much money, I was like, I don't want to work on my own car because I hate it.
I've changed brakes. You had to get a stupid special tool from AutoZone.
Yeah.
It's like, I'll just give it to the guy who can lift it up and above his head and work on stuff.
Yeah, so I think that's one thing. I actually watched a thing on how to become very good at something. And the thing is to pretty much forget everything else and focus on that one thing.
The only thing.
And if you look at them like Michael Jordan, he did one thing with excellence. Everything else in his life was kind of garbage, but that one thing was excellent.
It's the only way to become truly good at something is
to be absolutely known for
one thing.
Tiger Woods was really good at one thing. The rest of his life was kind of iffy. So that's that thing is
you only know the names of people who either are in the occult, or they're actually really good at something.
Yeah.
Like Steven Spielberg. He probably was really, really good at directing.
Yeah.
Except he hasn't directed in a while. Or I'm just not paying attention.
He's getting old.
Yeah. That's the funny thing about a lot of media nowadays is everybody's old. Because they keep trying to, they're making a Picard show.
Picard.
From Star Trek.
Oh,
with,
yeah.
What's his face?
And he's old.
Yeah, it's like, what? They had a great TV series. Leave it alone.
Yeah, I think it's the thing.
We're getting to reboots.
is nostalgia purpose.
Yeah.
Nostalgia pays big money.
I mean, look at the Star Wars.
Star Wars, Spider-Man, like nostalgia pays big money.
It does.
Batman.
People just want to be kids again, man.
I think it's one of those things is when you were a kid and you watch something for the first time, it just fascinated you. Like, wow, that was amazing. And you want to, and we've talked about that, where you want to experience that again, that nostalgia. Like when Harry Potter, the video game's coming out, I am going to buy it straight up. Like as soon as it comes out, I'm buying it. It's going to be the first game. It's the first game I have bought straight up. Like as soon as it comes out, I'm getting it. Yeah, I think Halo 3 was the last one. I actually have on my Xbox 360 Halo 3 edition, it actually has on the bottom of it an orange tag that says do not sell until 12 a.m. this date.
Yep.
And I stood in line with 3 other people.
Hey, I can't be mad at that because I stood in line for a video game release.
It was actually fun.
It's fun.
I was expecting more of a crowd.
No, nobody's going to do that.
No, I mean, in big cities, that's different.
True.
But, I mean, it's still really cool. That I love that tag on the bottom that says, do not sell until
like when this
date.
So when the Xbox One came out, it had the same thing, but they had a ton of exclusive stuff with it.
Oh, gotcha.
Like on the Xbox, it was printed. It wasn't a sticker. It was like stamped into it day one unit.
Oh, that's really cool.
On the I almost said remote. On the controller, it said day one Xbox.
There's something really neat. Like
exclusivity is fun for some reason.
It really is because it makes you feel part of a something. I'm not really sure.
Part of something bigger.
Part of something bigger than yourself, like
Halo. Exactly. All right, we should wrap this thing up.
Yeah, it's getting.
It's only 35 minutes. So thank you so much for joining us. Be sure to check us out on Facebook, Spotify. Yeah, that makes sense.
That's actually that's where I listen to our podcast.
Yeah,
Spotify.
Spotify is one of our biggest things, but Apple Podcasts is actually really big too.
Sweet.
Anyways,
thank you to all you on Apple.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us. Be sure to check us out on iTunes, Google Play, Podbean, and YouTube. You can email us at morningeggnog@gmail.com if you have a green screen background, if you want to be on the podcast, or if you know someone that you want to see on the podcast. We'll try to get a hold of them. So thank you so much for joining us. Be sure to check us out. I'm tired. Thank you so much for joining us, and be sure to have a wonderful morning, noon, and night.
See you guys.
Love you.
I'm out of coffee.